Another unusual monster truck entered in the competition here this afternoon is Rollin Thunder. What makes it unusual is it's a van, and it's powered by a diesel engine. It's driven by Jim Oldaker out of Redondo Beach, California.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that look at the car show. Now we're getting ready for the first round of semifinals. And in the far lane, you've got Frankenstein's Monster, a Ford pickup truck. And in the close lanes, it is Monster Mash, another Ford pickup truck. The winner of this one goes on up into the finals, and the flag is green. They're going for it. The one who gets up quickest is the one called Monster Mash, driven by Mike Welch out of Bellingham, Washington. He's the smoothest over the first pair of cars. Now, the end result, it's over when the rear wheels hit the ground. Front wheels down for Monster Mash, and there it is. Mike Welch, who said he wanted to win this one for the Superchargers, takes the win and moves on into the finals. And it looks as though Frankenstein's Monster with Ben Wentz out at the wheel out of Mulvane, Kansas is history. Made it to the semifinals, but will not come back in the finals. It's 21-year-old Mike Welch out of Bellingham, Washington, in a truck that he's owned since he was 13 years of age, taking the win. Bringing to life the 1985 Corvette with a 454 cubic inch Chevrolet engine and a 3-speed automatic. This is not what you'd call a monster truck. It must be in a category all by itself. The lid comes down. Getting them lined up for the other semifinal round. Waiting in the other lane, Rollin Thunder with Jim Oldaker. Been on the circuit for not quite a year. In fact, he's the youngest or the least experienced driver on this circuit. Former motorcycle racer. Spent a lot of time in the desert and on motocross circuits. All right, we're about ready with the other half of the semifinals now. And in the lane furthest away from you, it's a brand new 1985 Corvette with a 454 cubic inch motor. At the wheel, 25 years of age, Cliff Starboard from Mulvane, Kansas. In the lane nearest to you, the only monster van called Rollin Thunder. The owner and driver, Jim Oldaker, out of Redondo Beach, California, former motorcycle racer with a 1972 Dodge Tradesman van, probably the only monster van on the racing circuit. This one powered by a 1976-71 Detroit diesel motor. So both of them making lots of horsepower. It's about ready to happen. Watch it closely. Nearest lane, Oldaker gets it up quicker, but the van is the biggest and heaviest vehicle on this circuit. Look at him mash those cars as he boogies down the lane. He's way ahead of the Vet. The Vet was supposed to be tough, but it looks as though it's going to be the van. The heaviest one gets the rear wheels down first and is the winner. It's Jim Oldaker who comes back in the final, and the Vet owned by Cliff Starboard does not make it to the final. They're loading them in right now for the final, and it has come down to this. These two trucks will face each other in this crush-off. Drag racing style, the first one to the other end is the winner. First, we've got Monster Mash, the bright yellow one that is based out of Bellingham, Washington, and driven by 21-year-old Mike Welch. He's about ready to go in the other lane. It's going to be Rollin Thunder, driven by Jim Oldaker, a 25-year-old out of Redondo Beach. They're about set for the flag. Watch closely and see who gets up on top of their line of cars first and then gets to the other end. The determining factor at the far end is whose rear wheels clear the last car and hit the ground first. It doesn't matter what your front wheels do, your rear wheels. And if you get off to the side, you're disqualified. Look at that kid get it up on top. Mike Welch moving real hard with the Monster Mash. Rollin Thunder can't keep up. Monster Mash was devastating. Just devastating. And he is pumped up. We're going to get a chance to try and get down there and talk to Mike Welch, the winner here in Oklahoma City, as still Rollin Thunder trying to get to the end of the lane, and those crushed cars are just used up. Rollin Thunder ended up second place overall, and there's a happy young Mike Welch. Mike, what happened right at the end? I mean, it was a beautiful run, but right at the end you broke.
Well, we wanted to make sure we were going to win hands down, and I looked over. I had him by a little. I just put my foot to the floor.
Just went for it. What broke on the truck if you had a chance to look?
Well, it's the steering hub knuckle there. With this much weight bouncing down full throttle like I did, they're bound to break. We've broke them in the past.
You have put on one heck of a weekend of excitement. Have you enjoyed yourself? You spent money in thrash parts.
Well, I loved it. I loved working with you guys, and it was a lot of fun. We come out to do 110% like I've said in the past, and I feel that we did that this afternoon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's take a look, first of all, at Rollin Thunder. Rollin Thunder, as far as we know, is the first monster van to show up here in the United States. It's driven by Jim Oldaker out of Redondo Beach, California. A young man who lives on a sailboat when he's not out with his monster truck. After putting about 100,000 miles on this van, now it doesn't look like it has that much on it. When it was just a stock old van, he put 100,000 miles on this machine, Claude. Didn't have the heart to jump the thing. He just decided that he was going to monsterize it. You can see the result. It looks terrific.
Certainly monsterized.
Well, it's a 1972 Dodge powered by a Detroit diesel. Stands 12 feet high in the air, and most of these vehicles, as this one does, have 66-inch tires. The problem with Rollin Thunder is that it's a one-piece van, and it's built a little stiffer than other trucks in the center. Matter of fact, we asked Jim Oldaker about that earlier. Here's what he had to say.
Well, it has two separate frames. The body is spring-mounted on the big truck frame that I built for it, so that doesn't cause a problem. If it was directly mounted to it, it would tear the body apart.
That was Jim Oldaker. He's ready to go, and let's take a look at the Michigan Ice Monster.
All right, here is the madman from Michigan, Brett Engelman from Grand Rapids, driving the Michigan Ice Monster. And Brett's ready to make thunder here this afternoon. He told us earlier what it's going to take to win.
There's a high possibility of breakage in any one of the events we're going to do today. Hopefully, with enough horsepower, we can keep the truck together.
All right, they're on their way, side by side. Let's watch him now. It's the Michigan Ice Monster. Looks, Claude, as though he's ahead just a little bit. Here comes Rollin Thunder now. He bolts into the lead. Rollin Thunder. Now, here's what they're doing. They're pulling that 40,000-pound weighted sled. They are unhooking right now. The first guy to unhook and get back underway will be the leader. Looks like Rollin Thunder a little bit in the lead. Rollin Thunder is away. Oh, look out. Michigan Ice Monster now on the way back.
Putting him to the test.
Now here's where they'll cross over. Watch them carefully. They'll cross over. You can see Rollin Thunder goes to the inside. Michigan Ice Monster goes to the outside. Here they are up over the first hill now.
And here comes the old monster from Michigan. He's taking a run at that same hill, and up he goes.
Watch him now as they go to the cars. Rollin Thunder up first. Here comes Michigan Ice Monster.
Michigan Ice Monster's coming in, and here he goes up over the first car.
Oh, Claude, we've got
the windshield's cracking and the hood's caving in.
And we've got the Rollin Thunder is in a lot of trouble. He got off the cars. He's trying to get back on. You've got to stay on the cars.
There's a bit of an edge now for the old Michigan Ice Monster. They look as if they're nose to nose now, don't they?
You bet they are. Now through the mud.
Michigan Ice Monster. Now
through the mud.
Stuff.
To the finish. It's going to be the Michigan Ice Monster.
I think it is. I think he's done it. Yes, he is. There he is. Brett Engelman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Put it through a tough test and came in the winner.